where you're home for deep dives into jiu-jitsu, wrestling, MMA, and everything in between. I'm Dervin. I'm here with Nate, and today we are unpacking a week full of shakeups in combat sports. Charles Oliveira's fight with Rafael Fasif canceled. Matthews Gamera is stepping in on short notice. Other over the grappling world, Benson Henderson just got caught by Arman Saryukin. I can't never get his name right. Plus, we update some wrestling world championships and UFC news and other big jiu-jitsu story you need to know. How's it going, man?
It's
Back.
going pretty good.
Um, so UFC Rio, October 11th, not that far, so probably a couple of weeks, looking to 2 weeks or so.
hmm
And Gamebra stepping against a dangerous Charles Oliveira. What do you think about that?
It'd be pretty interesting to see. I mean, I feel like stepping into a match like that, Oliver's been at the top for a while, so you kind of wonder if you're walking up the ladder, if you just kind of expect to meet him at some point, so you kind of train with him in mind, I would think. So it may make it easier for him to step up. I think that's part of the reason, being at the top is hard because you don't know who's coming. But when you're going to the top, then you know who you're going to potentially fight at least. But
Yeah.
I think that'll be interesting.
Yeah. Is this the first fight Oliveira has since he lost against El Matador? The way he got knocked out by.
Ah, is it? I thought he had another one in between. Let's see. No, he had a fight against Ilya Tipoya.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about.
Oh,
Is
okay. Yeah.
is that his
Yeah.
last fight? He got knocked
Yep.
out by Inez Zaporia.
hmm
Wow. I mean, they make it interesting. See how he does. I think of a loss like that because it was a flash knockout too. It wasn't like
Yeah.
getting knocked out and then followed by ground and pound. He just flash knockout.
Yeah. That's really really hard to come back from.
Yeah. How long ago was that he fought against Tuporia?
June 28th.
3 months ago.
Yeah.
It says that probably the 4th of July or the weekend before.
Yeah, it would have been. Yep. Wow.
Would you say 3 months is long enough to recover from a knockout like that?
It's so hard to say. I don't really know. I don't know what it is about that really tends to mess with people. I don't know if it's like a confidence rock or like mentally your brain is recovering for that long or if it's a mixture of both. I'm not sure. I don't what do you think about that?
Yeah, I wonder because he has a long career. He has been rocked before. I think Gaethje dropped him before. He was able to come back and beat him. Same thing with Chandler. He got rocked. He was able to fight back. Um, he's known to getting caught, but he's able to come back. But I don't know. The brain is such tricky thing that sometimes it's like the analogy of having like a punch card. You only have so many
Mm,
holes you can put in a punch card in your brain, and sometimes it doesn't recover. It depends your training to genetics to that are things that take consideration lifestyle. Somebody that is a freaking cowboy and not getting good sleep, drinking all the time, not really have brain injury, and he's going full clip during practice, is going balls to the wall, getting rocked during practice. He's not going to do well for recovering compared to somebody that
mm.
I think Holloway took a long time at one point when he lost against Alexander Volkanovski or I can't remember who else. Another one that took a long time after getting knocked out too. I think Gaethje also took a long time at one point.
hmm
When he lost against Holloway, I think.
Yeah.
Um, later in your career, you don't recover as much too. But Holloway brought that up that it depends genetics. Because Justin Poirier have been knocked out before.
Yeah.
Um, and it just depends on the athlete and how they're able to recover because not everybody's the same. And
Right.
also their fighting style too. If you are somebody that's hard to hit, regardless, and you just happen to get hit, you get knocked out. Yes, but if you're somebody that goes into the fire and gets rocked, like for example, Chuck Liddell back in the day, he was known for being able to take shots and rock you. He would trade 1-for-1 and he'd be able to
Hmm.
hit harder. But at one point, his chin went out and he never came back. He just he was getting caught and put to sleep.
Yeah.
So it depends. Um, in 3 months, it is a fast turnaround for somebody that got a flash knockout
Yeah. I agree.
for
Eh,
recovery.
yeah, especially late in the career, it definitely does seem like the younger guys can recover from that a lot faster. But 35, ugh,
Yeah.
that'll be difficult.
And fighting at home, Rio. So is you're more likely one of the coaches to win for your fans at home. They
Yeah.
may give a good show. And I don't know how he will do. But Gamera is 4-1. They another guy that they offered this match because Fasif, the reason he withdrew was because he had a recurring knee injury. Um, but another guy that they offered a replacement for Fasif was Benoit Saint Denis, the French.
Hmm.
He he kind of entertained the idea that he would be stepping to fight Oliveira, but his coach and then his management decided like, no, it's not a good idea. Finding Oliveira in short notice is not a good idea. They rather like prepare for it, right? Especially at home. It's no, they think it was a good idea
Hmm.
because Benoit Saint Denis, he is like a equivalent of Green Beret in France, like in the military. He's like
Okay.
a special forces, and
Hmm.
also he just happened to fight as well, and he likes to go for the finish all the time.
Yeah.
So make for an entertaining fight because Oliveira has the record for most bonus in the UFC in his career.
Does it really?
Yeah, and submissions
Hmm.
as well
Wow. Okay.
because he had a long career too. So probably that's why.
Hmm.
So he has somebody that is known to have a record of going for him and also having a guy, newer guy that also likes to go for finish makes for a pretty fun
Right.
matchup. Um, but we shall see how. I can't remember who Game Rod fought last time. If he was in the um Azerbaijan card,
Ludovic Klein, May 31st. Not really familiar with Ludovic.
and then he lost against Dan Hooker, beat Rafael Sanya, beat Rafael Fazif, and beat Jalen Turner, the spider.
Hmm.
And he got fight of the night against Dan Hooker. It was a split decision, so it's not like a decisive loss. It's split decision
Right.
against the Hangman Hooker. So
Yeah, he's not been fighting slouches.
no, he has been earning his keep in the organization.
Yep.
A loss against Benil Dariush at unanimous decision. He beat Arman Tayukin
Okay.
on the way up back in 2022 with Fight of the Night. And also he beat Jeremy Stevens in the Kimura first round.
Wow.
Wow. He lost back in 2019 in the Rear Naked Show. I think the last time he got finished against this guy known as the Lion Killer, Gary Tonin.
Huh.
That's the last time he got beat decisively. But it's also ADCC though. Day one.
Yeah.
But other like as far as MMA, split decision, decision, and decision. two split decision and one unanimous. So it's pretty good. But I mean, you have also Oliveira as an upper echelon of the division.
Right. Yeah. Unquestionably. Very well rounded.
Hmm. What do you think about that dyeing their hair? The tradition that Oliveira has with his team.
What do I think of it?
Yeah,
I
they
mean,
like every match they like dye their hair.
it probably promotes camaraderie pretty well, I would
Yeah.
imagine. Um, I don't, I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of like I wouldn't want my hair that color, but hey.
Because they help him like cut weight and stuff like that.
Hmm.
Whenever he's cutting weight, they're all like hovering over him and stuff,
Yeah.
things like that. They all dye the same
I mean
hair
that is
color.
pretty cool. Like there's that kind of support, I'm sure that helps mentally going in, knowing you have that kind of support around you.
Yeah,
Um,
especially in a foreign land too.
right. Yeah.
Because most of the time he fights is uh abroad.
Right.
So I remember I've dyed my hair before. Like in wrestling, it's a tradition whenever you go like for stage like tournaments, things like that. Some of the guys they dye their hair going for gold.
Mhm.
So I've done it before, but I did it my freshman year in college. Everybody's like, okay, let's go there here then. Go there with a blue
Okay.
hair, looking like a Duracell battery, brown and gold. But I just wanted to see what your take was regarding like how like because they all dye their hair. Is Gary Machado in his team as well? Because I think
I don't know.
he was training with him for some time.
Hmm.
Machado Gary.
I really don't know that one.
Now somebody else he's 170 though. Um, in all the news, um, we talk about cross training as far as like athletes. There was a grappling match in ACBJJ 18 in Moscow between Arman Saryukin and Benson Henderson. And Arman Saryukin submitted Benson Henderson with a arm triangle choke and put him to sleep. And you know Henderson is no slouch when it comes to grappling.
Right. He's been grappling for a while and in some high level grappling competitions.
Yeah. So being put to sleep. I've seen a video where Arman was showing him how he caught him in that arm triangle, put him to sleep afterwards.
Showing who?
Benson Henderson.
Oh, really?
Yeah, this I caught you. They put you to sleep. But that's impressive putting Benson Henderson.
That is. That is.
Mhm.
Have you seen the video of it? Do you know
No,
what
I
led
see
up to it?
no, I didn't see the video of it. I just saw it like afterwards, like
Mhm.
whenever Arman was showing him how he caught him in a triangle because he was in the middle of the mat when they were showing him that because it's right after he put him to sleep,
Yep.
showing how he put him to sleep. But what's say about the gap between active grapplers and MMA veterans transitioning back to pure grappling?
Oh, I mean, I feel like it's got to be different for everybody because there's certain MMA guys that are like very good grapplers. You know what I mean? And then there's some that have like they're good grapplers that you know I, I don't know. I feel like that transition is very different for different people. Um, Again, cool to see. Love to see it. I really enjoy watching Benson Henderson grapple. Trying to think, he did some. Trying to think the last high level jiu-jitsu competition I saw him in. It was years ago
Like
now.
Polaris or something like that?
Yeah, I think it might have been. Yeah, yeah. But yeah, very. Yeah, he's a pretty energetic, keep pushing forward kind of grappler,
Yeah.
which you do tend to get out of the MMA guys.
Yeah. For example, Uriah Faber too. So no, the guy's
Right.
older, retired MMA fighter, but he grappling still.
Hmm.
Just able to beat Jeff Glover.
Right. Yeah.
Somebody another guy's like a wild guy, which is
Hmm.
strictly known to be a grappler.
Right. He's getting older though, right?
Mhm.
I don't know how old Jeff Glover is right now.
Yeah, he has some back issues. He has some injuries.
Oh, okay.
Well, that he's fighting during that match.
Yeah, 42 years old. So he's past the prime, but
Yeah, but also it's the it is grappling 42-year-old
true. Yeah.
because grappling 42-year-old compared to a cyclist 42-year-old is different.
Right.
Your body's aching.
Hmm.
Um, what do you think would be like a smart way to train, depending on like your level that you're in? Would you consider like still go like balls to the walls during training, or just like should go like a more like a approachable like mainly drill for getting better? So avoid like those kind of, I'll go like Craig Jones approach, which he doesn't believe in going live.
Yeah.
He doesn't believe on getting exhausted. And look at his jujitsu.
Right. I mean, I don't know. You got. I don't know if I fully buy that because I mean, being full pro, he could train all the time. So yeah, maybe he doesn't get tired, but I still feel like his cardio is better than most average, you
Yeah,
know,
consider all the other
hobbyists.
extracurriculars stuff that he does.
Exactly. Yeah. Um, what do I think is the better way to train?
Yeah, for longevity as a not as a pro, but as a somebody that's just want to be interested just in the sport itself.
Hmm. I mean, I don't know. Kind of, I feel like it kind of depends on the stage of life because it's fun to do some of the, go really hard and have some live rolls. Um, you can't do that all the time for longevity's sake.
Hmm.
Um, I don't know. The way I usually see it being is like the older grapplers in jiu-jitsu aren't they're not going super hard, they're not going explosive. They're usually the guys with like tricks under their sleeve. They're trying
Hmm.
to bait you. They're trying to, plan the match a little bit more, which training for that I think is, a good idea. Um, I feel like if you're trying to compete some though, I feel like you have to do some, explosive live just so your body is used to the feeling of it.
Yeah, because it's like different type of. We say we you consider like having like seasons for training. So certain like time of the year, you just focus on going training harder, and then other time is just for what's like periodization. So other sports do that. So the learning part during the off season, and then
Mhm.
training hard during the other ones.
I think it would make sense. Yeah, I mean, it probably does. I'm trying to think though, as far as like longevity, if you're using that as a way of preventing yourself from going, super hard all the time, so you have a scheduled like, okay, this is my time to just like think and plan and strategize, and this is my time to like get after it. I guess that I could see for sure. Um, but I don't know. I feel like a decent mix, at least as long as your body can handle it. Like, I don't know, at a certain age, your body just can't handle it. It's okay. You just learn to deal with the young guys different ways.
Yeah. like it was like you have other people that are like training, like for example, what's his name, the Fox. He trains all the time,
Hmm.
like every day, and then um he's able like to keep up with them.
Yep.
Um, so um, I don't know, like I was just wondering what your take was on that,
Hmm.
because like some people they just
I mean,
uh
I feel like he can keep up with him, but at the same time, I feel like he's probably his movements are smart. You know what I mean? It's not like he's going super aggressive with muscle. I don't picture that being him. You know what I mean? I feel like he's
yeah.
just enough steps ahead that yeah, he might be moving quickly, but he's not probably working that hard most
Yeah,
of the time.
in some positions probably it's hard for him to get into
Right.
as well,
Yeah.
because now of course like range of motion limitations as well.
Hmm.
Um, but you just like I was wondering like how to like, because like the comparison of having like a runner like a certain age compared to like a jiu-jitsu at 25 is different.
Hmm.
So I was wondering how to like approach it to prevent so much injuries like that, because it's
Yeah.
difficult to gauge in the sport, because it's a different sport altogether,
Hmm.
because it's not just a linear um advancement within the sport, or like it just like up and down, like it's different.
Hmm.
um Hold on, this thing stopped recording, man. Hold on, I'm recording the audio part, but the video,
Oh, really?
yeah, the stop, it's still recording, I think,
Yeah, it says it is.
but it's not showing that stop sign, doesn't show anymore. Let me refresh real quick.
Okay.
Hello, are you still there?
Yes, sir.
I don't know what happened to my computer. So I'm here. So can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay, I'm gonna try to record with this my phone.
Okay.
So let me move this thing out of the way. You're going mobile now. Let's see
Yeah.
how this goes. So what were we talking? Oh, training during different sessions. In approach for youth itself. I would like to be like more um proactive, so you'll be like hurt yourself too much
Right.
during training.
Hmm.
Um, what would be the best way to? I don't know if this would be better this way. I don't want to like mess it up. Sometimes like we do it like certain way, it doesn't like record sideways, stuff like that.
Yeah. Yeah. I think it's better like this, just straight up and down.
Yeah, yeah. But what are like some um? Do you have the ecological approach, which is like some people don't like it,
Hmm.
kind of like like wrangling cats or learning how to be more like approach. Would you say like it's different seasons or just like all together, just every so often compete and train as hard during that time?
Yeah. I mean, doing a season isn't a bad idea. Actually, that the coach at my gym now told me that's something I should look into doing. Because then you can really plan out like, okay, for this time, I'm gonna eat well, I'm gonna train hard, I'm gonna like, you set goals for yourself, stuff that might not be attainable for you to do all the time, but to do
Hmm.
for at least a short season of, really uh, strict regimen to get you into competition shape with diet, training, all of it, lifting. Um, so yeah, I mean, I think that is a good idea. As far as longevity, though, I don't know if that helps for longevity or not. But I don't know. What are your thoughts on that?
I agree on that as well because like even like different sports or different countries or programs, they have periodization for a reason. You cannot redline an engine the whole time. It will
Mm,
like break down. Doesn't matter what kind of engine it might be. Um, for periodization, you will like to definitely focus in on getting better on not just technique wise, but like fine tuning everything to get you better at competing in different tools that you might use during that time. Um, I like that approach better because it helped the wrestling season. Wrestling season is a long season. It is difficult cutting weight during the
mm.
most holidays. During that, that's the only thing that I don't
Yes.
like about it. But as far as I like the periodization because you have focused on competing, getting better. So preseason lifting heavy, your conditioning going, and then during season you working on conditioning and technique and your timing, which is really important. During the offseason you can practice technique, but the timing is important how to put them together.
Mm.
And then give you some wiggle room and some time to uh recover, rest, still be able to get better on technique during the off season because that's also important.
Right. No, yeah, that's true. Um, yeah. No, and actually, I'm curious what you think about um like I picture a lot of, and I could be totally wrong on this, but like 10th planet people and the way that they roll not being great for the long term. Maybe I'm wrong, maybe if you stay in it and you keep your limbs like flexible, it's okay. But I feel like the older you get, the worse your tendons are and the less like flexibility you have. You know what I mean? And some of the moves that you see in jiu-jitsu are just not made for that. So it seems like also the style that you train can affect your longevity as well.
Yeah. Eddie Bravo doesn't roll anymore for some reason.
Okay. Yep.
He stopped rolling in life because his back is too bad.
Ah, yeah.
And he's the inventor of the 10th planet system.
Hmm. Hmm.
You can only stretch so much, like the analogy of stretching a wringing a t-shirt out and getting the sweat out. You can only stretch it and twist it so much before it gives elasticity.
Yep.
You can strain it so much by lifting and things like that, but eventually it will wear out like a rubber band. It
Hmm.
snaps.
Yep.
But you can still do mobilization, other exercises for full range of motion to get better at it. But it is difficult um
Right.
to be like it's hard to gauge too because it's sport that's different bodies they don't apply. They use different approach as well. So it is hard to um it's hard to do it like what works for people, what doesn't work. Some people they have only certain time of the year they can do it. Other people they have year round they can do it and they can periodize of the periodization period of which like 3 months in between each competition so they can work up. But year round is it'll be difficult to keep up
Hmm.
uh doing that. I was wondering how do you do it like that? When you're younger, of course, you have also you have to take into consideration when you're younger, earlier in your in your jiu-jitsu journey, you're more likely to have more matches at white belt, blue belt, but as you get like purple belt, brown belt, you less likely you have matches, unless super
Hmm.
matches, and they're hard to come by as well. So that's another factor you have to take consideration. You can only compete at a certain time, and whatever is available,
Yeah.
will compete.
Yeah. No, that definitely comes into play. Definitely is. Yeah. Huge effect. It seems like there's usually a few purple belts at competitions, but brown belts,
Hmm.
very few. Black belts, even fewer than that. Like, yeah, it tapers off quickly. Blue belt,
Yeah,
there's a ton. Usually they got plenty of competition. Purple belts, it's dropping off. Brown and black are just like almost non-existent. Seems like.
yeah. How often do you sign up for a tournament and you get bumped up to a different bracket because there's nobody
Yeah,
in
like
your bracket?
almost every time.
Yeah, that's the thing. So how often do you train to for a certain way? Then you're like, oh man, oh everything
Yeah,
goes to the window.
yeah.
But it's always good to keep training though, regardless of whether you're a competitor or not. One thing I was thinking about is about not regretting putting in the time or the work on getting better because regardless you don't get better. Like
Hmm.
an example that I can think of is how many times you decided to do something with somebody and the person like fell halfway through the journey and you still keep going and then you compare both of each other, or how many times you had
Right.
like somebody is training like training jujitsu and then just like they had the blue belt blues and they just fell by the wayside
Hmm.
and look your progress on now in your journey compared to the other person. And you're like, there's no way that you should that there's to regret of putting the time to get better at something because you're gonna get better regardless.
Yeah, that is true. Yeah, no, and yeah, stuff like that really makes it stand out. The difference. Um, yeah, if you were comparable at one point and they quit and you keep going, there's a huge difference.
Yeah, the same thing applies in life too. Like how many times I well, it's a cliche of New Year's resolution, but the difference between the person that gave up in March compared to the other person that actually stuck to the plan,
Hmm.
um, you like keep going in training. At the end of the year, who's going to go? one is waddling to the Thanksgiving dinner, the other one is running there or making again a run
Yeah.
after eating dinner. There's a big difference.
Yes.
But that's something I was thinking about recently, like the importance of no regretting hard work.
Hmm. Yeah.
Same thing for in school too. Whenever you're in school, like you have to do the class, but you just like fucking off the whole class and you just fail the class, but you're
Right.
getting better.
Yeah. No,
Um,
it's true. It's like anything that you're expanding your domain in that area. Um,
mhm.
yeah, really. I mean, it seems like with pretty much everything, if you work at something really hard, even if you end up like dropping that eventually to go to some other, other area, you'll lose some, but it never is. It's never as oh, what's a good analogy? It's like almost taking a rubber band and stretching it, and then leaving to go do something else, and that rubber band never is it never contracts as small as it was before. You stretched it beyond its limit a
Yeah,
little bit. So like even if you do something and don't end up using it, a lot of times that knowledge can be helpful in other areas, even if it's just learning to learn. I feel
yeah,
like.
yeah. And that's what the beauty about this sport is you learn skills that apply to life, and also you learn like not really apply to all together at the moment, but later on, like in a different role or a different person, actually comes out and you're able to use those same skills or technique that you learn
Hmm.
in there. That's
Yeah.
that's important. Like, and that's also like what is makes this sport so a longevity because he just not physically, he mentally as well, be able to and emotionally because some people use this as a emotional outlet for things that are going on in their
Right.
life.
Hmm.
It is that's full trifecta right there of being a human being that you can use this sport and
Yep.
get you better regardless.
Hmm.
You get the ass whoop or not on the
Right.
man.
Yeah. Yeah.
Something that speaking of getting ass whoop, speaking of that, I seen a video recently on how the program of Penn State they not focus about winning and losses, does focus more on getting better. It makes like simplify how to like go out there and perform and do what you like to do.
Hmm.
That is what it like helps you be more what they call gratitude because you have gratitude to be able to
Hmm.
go out there and compete and things like that. And hold on, let me see if I can join on the computer. I just restarted. Hold on,
Okay.
standby. Maybe this will work. Oh my beer.